Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are, whenever you are. Welcome to a new Breakout Solutions altcoin live stream. I'm your host, Matt Batiri, here with you on this beautiful Wednesday. I'm still a little bit under the weather, so if you hear me coughing through the stream, I do apologize in advance, but the flu is a dangerous virus and I will hopefully be rid of it by the end of the week. Now, as the title suggested, well, not suggested, but we lost $10 billion worth of altcoins overnight. After that huge altcoin pump that we had in the evening, all those gains have been wiped off, as you can see, with a $10.44 billion loss, or a 3% loss to the downside. Now, what was this caused by? Honestly, the China news probably wasn't the best news to wake up to. We all know that the old saying, show me the charts, I'll tell you the news. But at the end of the day, you can also say, show me the news and I'll tell you what the charts say. So we had a fair few altcoins absolutely lose their mind, as we can see here on the crypto bubbles. Most altcoins have had an absolute disastrous day, which only means it's a great day to dollar cost average into your favorite altcoins, because most of these have had a decent rally over the last couple of weeks. But now all those gains have been wiped off the floor. So in the top 100, we've only got a select few: XDC, WBT, SAY, Bone, and TON that have kept up. If we go to the top 200, it's not much better. Unibot, CHSB only doing quite well. Everything else basically looking like a disastrous day. So what can we take out of this? Well, basically, if we do zoom out on the altcoin total market cap chart, this is not great news. Definitely not great news. We can see that if I just remove a couple of these things, perfect. We've been in this sideways channel, or sorry, this descending channel, so we could kind of say this bear flag for quite some time, or bull flag, because of the direction. So let me just make this a little bit prettier, like so. So we've been in this kind of channel for quite some time. We had this attempt of a breakout yesterday, but we've broken back into this channel. So if we do come back down to the bottom end of this channel and not to bounce off the middle section of the channel, then we're going to look at another 3% or so move to the downside. Let's quickly look. So there you go, 3.5% move to the downside. And this gets us closer to the bottom end of this descending triangle that I've spoken about before. Now, if we do see a complete altcoin capitulation, which people on the interwebs and the tube have been saying, such as Benjamin Cowan, we could see the altcoin market come back all the way down to about $180 billion. That'd be a huge loss of funds and capital from the altcoin market. That lines up with obviously everything that's going on in the traditional markets. We've seen the traditional markets have a decent pullback. You've probably seen all the news about Michael Berry shorting $1.9 million, or is it 1.6 billion dollars also of the markets. I think he was shorting Triple Q and SPY. So things aren't looking that great for the traditional markets. So we do need to take a bit of caution right now. It's not the time to be completely in the market. You should have hopefully some dry powder on the side, just in case we do get a bit more of a collapse in the altcoin market, because Bitcoin as well isn't looking too flash. Okay, Monday, we were looking okay. We're still holding these trend lines. I have two trend lines. I've got one trend line set on the logarithmic scale, and one trend line on the just the regular whatever the regular one is called, non-logarithmic, let's just say that. So we can see right now that we are still being supported by, is that the logarithmic? Let me go, yeah. So the logarithmic trend line is still being supported, but we have the secondary trend line on just the regular view that we can come back down to. So we can come all the way back down to about 28,000 and still remain bullish. We are about to get an explosive move. We talked about this on Monday in regards to crypto, in regards to Bitcoin, and we all know that crypto, or Bitcoin, sorry, is the tide that floats all boats, the rising tide that the rising tide that floats all boats. That's what I'm trying to say. It's very difficult to string sentences together when you're a bit under the weather, but I'm going to try my best. So there is still, there's still potential for Bitcoin to move to the upside, and that's still my favorable scenario. We do have a lot of liquidity down here. We would have had people that caught the bottom, or what they thought was the bottom, a couple of weeks ago on the 7th of August, but we still probably have a lot of untapped liquidity that we can gather up for that explosive move to the upside. As long as we don't have any more disastrous news over the coming week, we will probably move to the upside. But at the end of the day, we can't control what's happening in the news, and we have to keep an eye on that. So can we find any, speculative tokens that are going to do okay? Well, basically, now that we've seen the daily view, we can go back to the top 100. Let's go to the hourly, and let's see if we've got anything that's bouncing. So we can see we've got a few tokens bouncing right now. We've got Rune that's been on an absolute tear. Say Ape, Litecoin, Solana still doing okay. So I'd be looking at some of these tokens to see if they are going to support, stay above their support levels. Let's quickly jump into Solana. Let's see if Solana is going to do okay to remain above its breakdown. So have a level here. This was the breakout level at $21. We really don't want to see Solana come back down below $21, but $21 also does line up with this trend line that I do have drawn for quite some time ago. Let's have a look. Why do I have that? It's a bit random trend line. I'm not too sure why that was there. Maybe it was because it was on the logarithmic. Let's have a look. Let me undo that. Let me go back to logarithmic. Is there a reason why that trend line was there? Oh, this must have been the original trend line right there. Okay, so this was the original trend line on the logarithmic scale. You can see that this level here, I have mapped out for a potential pullback. Let's see if we can get a Fibonacci retracement. Okay, we can see, okay, so if Solana was to continue to break down, we could possibly see support at this trend line and the 618 back down at $18. Hopefully, Solana doesn't do that. Obviously, Solana, a decent project, even though I don't think that the blockchain is 100% amazing, because they did have a few outages in the past couple of years. There is a huge community. A lot of people think it's ETH 2.0. So it's definitely one of the tokens that I hold in my bag just in case it does do something amazing. But guys, at the end of the day, we need to remember that if we do have a market pullback, see it as opportunity and not, not the end of crypto. I know that sometimes this type of sentiment can sway people to completely leave the market, because it's been like, when moon. But we need to remain patient. Nothing is going to do anything until we get that Bitcoin halving in April next year. That is going to be the catalyst for the next crypto market, bull market. That's what I'm trying to say. So guys, whilst we're having this down day, not a bad day to pick up some of your favorite altcoins on the cheap. Not saying to go all in. Best thing to do is obviously dollar cost average and try and find some other coins that are going to outperform Bitcoin whilst we're having this sort of sideways market in Bitcoin. Alrighty, guys, that's all I can give you today. I do apologize. I feel like my sickness has definitely taken over me. So I'm going to bid you farewell. Hopefully I come back to you guys next week refreshed and give you better insights than obviously my last couple of videos. But thank you all for sticking around, and I will catch you guys next Monday for our regular Bitcoin technical analysis video. Bye for now.